Welcome back. This is Aquarium Hacks by Marcus, and today we're going to be talking about can I fix a glass tank that has been cracked? Because let's face it, sometimes we have a tank and we will bump it or bump something up against it and we will crack it, and then it end up looking like this right here. Hopefully you can see that on camera, where this one here was cracked here and it was cracked around here. But I assure you of this tank now is perfectly usable. I definitely used it as a quarantine tank for several weeks. I don't use it as a display tank because it's quite ugly, but it does hold water and it doesn't leak. So how do you fix a tank? And I've already done this ahead of time, but how do you fix a tank that has been cracked? And how do you repair a tank like that? Well, just looking at this tank, this is a 10-gallon tank. As you can see from this side here, that I have silicone, a square piece of glass on here. Now, the only way you can fix a tank that has a crack like this, and this is a pretty bad one, and still be able to use it, is that the crack that you're fixing, the glass can't be buckling. Okay, so that means one piece of one side of the glass can't be a lot higher than the other side of the glass. Otherwise, it just won't work that well. But if it's just cracked at the seam, like this right here is, you can perfectly fix it. So what you're going to have to do is go to the Lowe's or Home Depot and order you some, get you some glass cut, square glass cut. Get you some silicone. GE1 will work just fine. Aquarium silicone. There's many different varieties nowadays that are pretty strong and that are pretty good, that will work just fine. And then you're going to get that glass. You're going to clean the inside here with alcohol, of course, and let it dry. And then you're going to simply do better than what I did on this tank. You're going to simply silicone the entire piece of glass right here and along where the crack edges are at. You're going to silicone all that. Silicone within the crack edges and along the glass. Square piece. And then you're going to set it this way. Okay? And then you're going to take some sort of weight, at least maybe a pound or two weight, and set it on top of that glass like that, while it's sitting down with whichever is cracked. And you're going to just leave it like that for 24 hours. Maybe 48 hours. I always say give it 48 hours. Water test it, and this pretty much fixes a cracked glass tank. Now, I would say get at least, you could probably get away with an 1/8-inch glass, but I want to get nothing too thin. You definitely want it to hold and not crack. 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch will probably work just fine. You don't have to get nothing real thick. Now, I know this works good for smaller tanks, glass tanks. Now, when you get into heavier tanks, bigger tanks, let's say like tanks 75 gallons or something like that, you might need to go up in your thickness of your glass. And the reason why I say that is because of that water pressure that's going to be pushing up against your glass. So you can get away with relatively thin glass with smaller tanks, because of the water pressure won't be as great. But as you get into larger tanks, let's say like 80 or 90 gallons, 100-gallon tanks, and you got a crack there, you're going to definitely need to get thicker glass as the more gallons and more water pressure that will be pushing up against that glass. But yeah, this trick works perfectly fine. I would definitely use it for a quarantine tank. I would not use it as of course, I would not use it as a permanent tank, display tank. Of course, you definitely could if you wanted to, if you had the confidence in yourself that you can do it. It's a relatively easy fix. This will also work if you crack. Well, most bottoms of tanks are tempered glass, so that won't make a difference anyway. Tempered glass just shatters to pieces. But if it's not tempered glass, regular glass, this will work for the bottom of your tank, even in the front, and you can still use it. Use it for aquarium use, and of course, no doubt, you can use it for animals like lizards or hamsters, terrariums, and you could definitely do it for that too. And so, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that little easy hack, that little easy fix, and that you can fix your cracked glass tanks. Okay, so that's all that's for today. I'll see you on the next video. Aquarium Hacks out.